Alright, welcome everybody, New Joker 6 here, and today we're going to take a look at the Jat Kusar. This was requested over in the Discord, so let's take a look. I don't know what else to say about it, but here we go. So the Jat Kusar, let's go right into the build. It is a Blade and Whip, so we kind of have to use Defile Snapdragon. I think that's the only Blade and Whip stance there is in the game, correct me if I'm wrong. But the mods that we're sticking on here are Prime Fury. You can use normal Fury if you do not have the Prime version. That's okay. The primed one is login, so you will get that eventually. Blood Rush, Virulent Scourge, Voltaic Strike, Drifting Contact, Prime Pressure Point, Berserker, and Condition Overload. Now you might be looking at that stat and be like, Condition Overload? What are you, crazy? There's only 2 statuses you can get on there. True, but even if we only get those 2 statuses, that's still plus 120% damage. And if you actually pay attention to this, you'll notice that it actually procs other things such as impact as well, which is kind of weird. It procs it a little more frequently in the smoke room. It's more instant with everything for whatever reason. But we did test this in an actual game, and we did get impact proccing as well. So right there, that's 180% damage added on. If you do not have Condition Overload, you can substitute that for Organ Strike or Organ Shatter. My mistake. Where is it? Right here. You can substitute it here for Organ Shatter, or if you just want something that's maybe a little more consistent for you, then you could take Condition Overload out and put Organ Shatter in. It's perfectly viable. I will show you this build with both ways, with one with Condition Overload and one with Organ Shatter. So let's, I guess, jump into it. Now I'll be using 135s for this. We're going to go in with 3s instead of just 1s. This way you can see a bit more of the combo multiplier, since otherwise that's kind of going to render Blood Rush pointless. So here we go. So there that is against those 3 level 135s with no bonus. I know there's a lot of Saren players out there, especially with all the changes that are coming to her. A lot of people want to check her out, so I'll go ahead and show her with the Toxic Lash from my Saren build, which doesn't have a whole lot of power strength, but it's in there. It's 49%. Since this is melee, that'll equal to a 90% boost. Here you go. Plus, that's another status for Condition Overload. So that's another plus 60% on top of it. And if you were to just stop, you see, since you have the Toxic, it is just going to tick away at him like that. So you have it that way. And you know what? I'll change it to 3 and 3. Because I'll show you one time if you have a Saren on your team. And you have, you know, your spores and maybe viral miasma. That's it. Take it away. At the same time, there you go. Look at that. So if you have a Saren on your team, this is going to be absolutely devastating. Or if you are Saren, of course, that was without Toxic Lash, so you can make it even more devastating by using your Toxic Lash. So let's go back over into the build and swap out Condition Overload for Organ Shatter. There it is. So go ahead and swap that in. Now, if you want to do Organ Shatter, I believe you don't need any Forma. Especially if you're using normal Fury. You only need a Forma if you're using Prime Fury, and I'm pretty sure if you're using Condition Overload. Yeah, because normal Fury, or Prime Fury, without the former, that would go up to 12. That'd be another 6 off of there, leaving us with another 7, and then 2 to max it out, so yeah. You'd have 5 left. So, if you use Organ Shatter, you need no forma. If you use Condition Overload, you will need one. In order to max out the Prime Fury. Where it is right now, it's fine, but... So let's jump in. Organ Shatter, no bonuses, no anything. Want to make sure you get them in the front, because you actually do more damage if you're hitting the enemy from the front rather than the side or anything. So personally, I run with Condition Overload, but if you don't have that, you can use Organ Shatter. Or if you feel it's not consistent enough where you can try Organ Shatter. And who knows, maybe you'll like Condition Overload better, maybe you'll like maybe you'll like Organ Shatter better, or maybe you'll like Condition Overload better. I was going to swap it, but we still have the other two to go through here. So I'll go through this again with just Toxic Lash. And you can see right there, if I just stop there, the Toxin is just going to completely eat away at them. Because pure Toxin is an amazing status. He's going to fall off the edge. No. I'm going to lose the multiplier. Yep, and there goes the multiplier. That's a little depressing. But you get the idea there. And then we'll try it again, and I'll show you with just miasma and spore for the times that you would have a Saren on your team, since she's extremely popular at the moment, especially if you're in what is it, that new game mode. I can't even think of it right now. I can't even think of it right now. But let's go. So there you go. You've seen it with just Toxic Lash. You've seen it with Spore and Miasma, and you've seen them with nothing. Just the pure build. So it's going to be up to you guys what your personal preferences are. Again, going up on the build, we got Prime Fury. You can use the normal one if you do not have Primed Fury yet. You will get that as a login reward. Blood Rush, Virulent Scourge, Voltaic Strike, Drifting Contact, Prime Pressure Point, Berserker, and then Organ Shatter, or if you prefer, Condition Overload. Completely your choice. I personally prefer the Condition Overload, but, you know, whatever you guys prefer. So, that's what we got going on here. That's up to you which one of those two you want, and that's the Jat Kusar. I don't know what else to really say about it, but that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, and today's the last day to enter the Saren Prime giveaway, so make sure you enter that if you haven't already. It'll be over on the website, link down below. Later.